Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Monday, April 14th, 2025. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. Hey, here's a philosophical question for you. If there is no rain, is there really even a boat show? Man, I tell you, the Bay Bridge Boat Show got a dumping on Friday, but it didn't stop the crowds. And Saturday was hopping. I was over there. Sunday, the weather broke, and it was a fantastic day. It's a great new location. Look forward to it next spring. Now, you just want to stay tuned for that Annapolis Spring Sailboat Show rolling into town on April 25th. As for your OMG fact for today, Oklahoma has more man-made lakes than any other state in the nation and has more than 1 million surface acres of water. Not bad for a little landlocked state with a lot of tornadoes. Anyhow, let's get into the news, shall we? Former Anne Arundel County Register of Wills Erica Griswold has been charged with shoplifting following an incident at a Walmart in Severn. Anne Arundel County police say that Griswold attempted to leave the store without paying for several items valued at $161. She was charged with a criminal citation for theft under $1,500. Griswold, a Democrat, served as Register of Wills from 2022 until 2024 when she pleaded no contest to charges of misconduct in office as she personally cashed a check intended to pay for estate taxes. She was sentenced to 18 months in jail for that offense, but all that was suspended, and she was issued a 2-year probation. This latest charge has not been recorded on her prior criminal record, so it does remain to be seen if the judge will reinstate her prior jail term. A new Maryland law inspired by a Silver Spring resident with autism will allow state-issued IDs and driver's licenses to feature a butterfly symbol indicating a non-apparent disability. The bill known as Eric's ID Law was championed by 20-year-old Eric Carpenter Grantham and his mother, Linda, following concerns about how people with invisible disabilities like autism interact with law enforcement. The butterfly symbol represents hope, peace, freedom, and change. The legislation did pass both chambers of the Maryland General Assembly and now sits on the governor's desk awaiting his signature. Eric hopes that the law is going to improve safety and understanding for people like him and plans to pursue a degree in political science before becoming a pastor. And you know, this is an amazing idea. Shanetta Griffin has been appointed the Executive Director and CEO of the Maryland Aviation Administration, overseeing operations at BWI and Martin State Airport, as well as regional aviation programs. Griffin most recently served as the Associate Administrator of Airports for the Federal Aviation Administration and brings previous experience from Indianapolis, Columbus Airport authorities. She does replace Ricky Smith, who resigned and left his role to lead Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Griffin is a civil engineering graduate from the University of Toledo and will earn $375,000 annually and will focus on maintaining and growing BWI's $11.3 billion economic impact while ensuring safe and efficient airport operations. A recent study conducted by Anne Arundel Community College found that local residents are most concerned about the cost of living and housing affordability. The Spring 2025 Public Opinion Survey, which you probably got a copy of the link if you are on any of our newsletters, revealed that 82% of the respondents feel the economy is worse or unchanged compared to a year ago. Key concerns include housing costs, grocery prices, healthcare expenses, and a recent federal tax changes. The survey also highlighted rising anxiety over personal finances and future economic security among county residents, with 70% reporting difficulty saving money or paying down debt. It is a lot deeper than that. The entire study results are 470 pages long, and we do have a summary as well as the full document at eyeonannapolis.net. Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Todd Rundgren recently spoke with us ahead of his Maryland Hall performance this week on the 16th, where he's going to be bringing the catalog of Burt Bacharach to life. Had a really fun conversation with an amazing, literally, rock star. Tickets are still available, I think, and you can get them at ramsheadonstage.com or marylandhall.org, and that should be a really terrific show, but you do want to give that bonus podcast a listen. That was a lot of fun. On Friday on Canines and Crosstreks, Bella, a very wrinkly Shar-Pei, was our guest. Of course, we had some Subaru news as well, and if you missed that one, you want to check that out. And if Bella interests you, I would suggest getting in touch with the SPCA sooner rather than later, because I have a feeling she's going to go quickly. On Saturday on the Local Business Spotlight, we sat down with Annapolis area mobile vet to talk with Dr. Megan about this wonderful service and a great alternative to a clinical office visit for your loved one. Be sure to give that a listen. And next week, we're going to be chatting with Alex Smith, who's the CEO of Atlas Restaurants, Chop Tank, and the 3 other new ones coming to downtown this year. It was really a good conversation and all. And while I know there's a lot of criticism about Atlas, coming out of that, I have an entirely different perspective. All right, that's a wrap. First off, thank you, as always, for listening and sharing. And a quick thank you to our sponsors for the Daily News Brief. Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Hospice of the Chesapeake, the Annapolis Spring Sailboat Show, and Macmedics. Anne Covington from CovingtonAlsina is here with her Monday Money Report, so you want to stick around for that. And of course, your local Anne Arundel Weather Report is here as well. All of that's coming your way in less than a minute.
This April, the Chesapeake Bay Area is the ultimate destination for boating enthusiasts. Join us for spectacular events that kick off the 2025 boating season. Then from April 25th through the 27th, head to historic downtown Annapolis for the Annapolis Spring Sailboat Show. Discover new and brokerage sailboats, including catamarans, monohulls, family cruisers, day sailors, and inflatables. Meet with boating clubs and charter companies, shop for the latest gear and equipment, and celebrate the new season with fellow sailors and marine pros. With live entertainment, seminars, and a festive tasting tent, there's something for everyone. These are can't-miss events, and you can skip the line by getting your tickets right now online. You can get them at AnnapolisBoatShows.com. That's AnnapolisBoatShows.com. We'll see you on the docks. Next up, we're diving into today's Eye on Annapolis weather forecast. From sunny skies over the bay to storm warnings that could impact your plans, we've got the details to keep you ahead of the curve. Stay tuned. It's all coming your way in just a moment.
Good morning, Anne Arundel County. I think yesterday is about as good as it's going to get weather-wise for a while, but let's dive into it anyhow. Today, it's going to be mostly cloudy with a high near 62. The real action does wait until this evening when we're going to see showers and maybe even a thunderstorm or two roll through later in the evening into the overnight hours. The overnight lows will hang at about 45. Tomorrow, tax day. Expect some leftover showers in the very early morning, but skies are going to gradually clear, leading to a breezy and drier afternoon with a high near 65. Winds could really kick up later in the day, gusts possibly hitting 34 miles an hour. Tomorrow night, chills down a bit with a partly cloudy skies and a low near 50. Wednesday, breezy and cloudy with a high near 55, and clear skies Wednesday night with lows dipping to about 45. Now, as we look forward, Thursday looks actually nice and very sunny, if not a bit cool, with a high of 60. Clouds rolling in Friday, but the high is going to be near 65. And Saturday looks to be potentially, but that's still far away, cloudy and mid-70s. So spring really is trying to get here. And even further away, but if you are planning any Easter activities, right now it looks to be clear, partly cloudy with temps in that 51 to 59 range. So we'll be keeping up to speed on that throughout the week. That's the forecast for the coming days. Just pick one thing out of your wardrobe for every season and every type of weather, and that'll be probably fine for anything you're going to run into this week. Have a great week.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
You work hard for your money. Is your money working hard for you? Managing and investing it can be confusing. Anne Covington, a financial planner from CovingtonAlsina, has been helping people make sense of it for nearly 20 years. Are you ready? Now, here's your Monday Money Report.
This is Anne Covington of CovingtonAlsina with your Monday Money Report. What a week. The S&P 500 was incredibly volatile last week, seesawing back and forth before ending the week on a high note. Last week is a prime example of why it's hard to time the market. And as gut-wrenching as watching the drops last week was, the S&P 500 is up over 4% from this time a year ago. So if last April you were happy with your investments, chances are you're ahead of last year. I recently said that some of the best advice I can give right now is to take a deep breath and just not look at your accounts. I had some pushback on that. Someone said that's not easy when you have to pay for college right now or in retirement and are spending from your investments. Investing for stocks is a long-term proposition. If you were using the money within a year or two, I would argue it should not be in stocks at all. For example, the Maryland 529 plan offers target date investment options. You pick a portfolio based on when you expect to use the money, and the fund changes over time, going from mostly stocks when your child is young and moving more and more into bonds as your child ages. You do sacrifice some potential growth, but the 2027 portfolio is currently 80% in bonds and should not see the same wild swings as we've experienced in the market over the last few weeks. When you're saving for retirement, market downturns are a great thing. If I'm investing $500 a month when stock prices fall, I'm buying more shares of stock for my $500. In retirement, when I'm selling stock to create income, those market downturns mean that I have to sell more shares of stock to create the same income. Assuming you don't have unlimited wealth and need to use your investments to provide income in retirement, there are two options to help mitigate market downturns. The first is an annuity. An annuity is an insurance product that liquidates an estate. It's the opposite of life insurance. The investor gives their money to an insurance company in exchange for the promise of a monthly check that they can't outlive. Annuities can be a source of security and guaranteed income. The guarantee is backed by the claims-paying ability of the insurance company, not the stock market. There are pros and cons for annuities. They are not right for everyone, and they can be expensive. But it can be a viable option for a portion of your retirement assets that provides security and peace of mind. The other option is a bucket strategy. Divide your assets into three parts: a bucket of more conservative investments designed to provide income for 1 to 3 years, a bucket invested for 3 to 7 years, considered a growth and income portfolio, and an aggressive bucket for future needs. Every year or two, rebalance between the buckets. This allows you to take a deep breath and just not look at your investments and a market downturn, even in retirement. Your action item this week is to refresh your LinkedIn profile. If we do head into a recession, you'll be ahead of the game. Check out our website at CovingtonAlsina.com or our Facebook page for more information and to see our other upcoming educational events. Covington Alsina is a registered investment advisor. Information presented is for educational purposes only. It is not intended to make an offer or solicitation for the sale or purchase of any specific securities, investments, or investment strategies. Investments involve risk, and unless otherwise stated and not guaranteed, be sure to first consult with a qualified financial advisor and or tax professional before implementing any strategy discussed herein. Past performance is not indicative of future performance. And if you don't have a financial advisor, come talk to us. This is Anne Covington with CovingtonAlsina.
Did you know that every day 6 children arrive at Luminous Health Anne Arundel Medical Center's emergency department seeking mental health care? That's over 2,000 young lives each year in need of critical support. It's time to make a difference. Join us for the Denim and Diamonds Bash on Saturday, April 26, 2025. Enjoy an unforgettable evening with a come-as-you-are dress code with live music, gourmet food trucks, and exclusive experiences, all while supporting pediatric mental health services in our community. Can't attend? You can still help. Become a sponsor or make a donation to provide vital resources for children in need. Visit aamcdenimanddiamonds.org to learn more and take action today. Together, we can shine a light on pediatric mental health. Again, that's aamcdenimanddiamonds.org. We'll catch you on the dance floor.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.